Welcome to the Echo Sportscast number 30.
I'm Paul McLean.
And I'm Dave Dale. We actually have some badminton coverage from the NDA. Next week is the finals, but I went to Chippewa and picked up some eye candy from the seniors and one student interview, one athlete. And he ended up getting a silver, so that's cool.
Well, that's great. And we're just glad they could get it in with this massive snowstorm we've had all week.
It's been terrible.
It's definitely, I don't know how people get by. Our spotlight interview, well-known sports builder in North Bay and the one and only Moe Bedard. He's going to talk about the annual North Bay Employees Tournament that's happening this weekend at Pete Palangio, as well talk a bit about last weekend's and then one the following weekend after Easter. So it's great to talk to Moe and great to get all of that information from 40 plus years of volunteering and running tournaments in town. So,
and the interview was it wasn't as long as you'd think it would be with Moe.
Yeah,
we
Moe
did well.
Really focused for, I tell you, I got to watch him last weekend and the amount of stuff that is going on in that man's head during the tournament. Like, if you want to know who the team contact is for one of the 40 teams that was playing, he knows it like that.
I also ended up at the Canada Basketball League final Sunday at Canadore, and I have some results.
And as promised, we have a package of interviews with the Junior Lakers following their season-ending awards and pizza banquet that was held at Nipissing University's R.J. Sutras Athletic Center.
For our Heritage Moment, we have a couple more people that are getting awards for the North Bay Sports Hall of Fame induction and awards dinner that's coming up May 3rd at the DeViti Club. Today's Heritage Moment will include Jacqueline Osborne, who's a Special Olympian, and
Brian Milne, track and field coach. All that and more, but first, a word from our title sponsor, Source for Sports.
Sports aren't just what we do, they're who we are. Source for Sports North Bay is your advocate, your local support system, and your biggest fan. 1321 Fisher Street has grown from a place where knowledgeable experts can help you find exactly the gear you need, to the hotbed of team uniforms, apparel and fanwear, to a community stronghold for all the things that truly matter to you and your family's sports journey. We love helping you find your first pair of skates, as much as we relish supporting local leagues, teams, and athletes. Wherever your sports journey takes you, make sure you visit Source for Sports North Bay at 1321 Fisher Street so we can help you along your way.
So, Paul, I finally made it to some badminton, but I couldn't stay to the final. I had something else booked.
Those are long tournaments, too, so it's hard, or competitions, I guess.
Oh, yeah, they were starting 3. The finals weren't going to start till 7, and I had some other conflicting stuff. But I got some, I watched some play, and I recorded it. I ended up, this is the really thing. Like, I'm coming in there fresh. I don't know who's who. Don't have any skin in the game. Haven't talked to badminton coaches. The ones that I used to talk to aren't there. But I'm walking in there, and is it Bridget Tessier, Dan Tessier's wife?
I believe so.
Yeah. Anyways, I know her from way back because our kids played baseball together.
Okay.
Right? And so Dan and I coached once or twice. And I said, is there anybody on the floor that's any good? Right?
Yeah.
And she points over to a couple West Ferris guys. And she goes, his name was Owen Bass Taggart. And I remember seeing him on the volleyball for, and I was watching him. Yeah, he's got some chops there. He's, deceptively agile.
Yeah.
And good reflexes, right? So I recorded some of his game with his partner, who is Jackson Peak. And they looked like they won handily. Mm-hmm. So I interviewed him, and then I had to get out. And I was just hoping he won. And he ended up getting silver for this particular one. And next week is the NDA finals. So that's where it really comes down to. Mm-hmm. But they have this really neat challenge.com where they use for results. So it's live. So you can follow the brackets in the badminton. I'm not sure if it's just Chippewa that does it. Okay. But Bob Bowl gave me the scan code. Okay. Right? So, this is a new way for doing things, right?
These apps that exist now there's so many out, and definitely for anyone involved in youth sports, it's become the norm. It's almost like you're looking for it if it's not there.
So I'm looking for results this morning. So I just scanned the thing, and if I do a little bit of digging, so for each of the divisions, I have screen caps for that are already set that we can crop and use for the report.
Yeah,
and have the information needed, which is.
Well, it's been our struggle all year is getting information.
And apparently I just wasn't connected with the right ways to do it. So this is cool. Gives me hope. This gives me hope. But and funny that, Tessier's, they're Algonquin, right?
Yep.
But she didn't point me to any Algonquins.
Yeah.
And the winners were from Algonquin.
From Algonquin.
Yeah, Liam Bowes and Jacob Fry from ESCA. They went 4-0 yesterday. And the senior men's doubles.
Okay.
Right? Second, Owen Bass, Taggart, and Jackson Peak, as said. And third, just have the last names. And these are guys that I think Owen said were ones to beat, Morneau and Giroux from Odyssey.
Okay.
Right? So we got that. And in the mixed senior finals, Schollard Halls, Rory Corbeil and Nathan Hussle won. They went 5-1. Damia Lalonde and Wade Belanger, Franco Cite, got silver. And Ella Oncave and Travis Bangs from FJ, they won. In the girls' doubles seniors, Algonquin took it again. Gabby Dufresne, Naper, and Victoria Charbonneau, they took gold. Getting silver from Chippewa, Annie Bowl, and Jihad Toy. They went 3-2. Getting the bronze is Christine Lafrati and Morgan Irwin from Schollard. Right. One more for the boys' senior singles. We have Ben Oschik from Chippewa.
Yeah.
Oschik. Yeah. 4-0. Way to go. Cody Lefebvre from Franco City, he had silver, and Caleb Vu from FJ McElliott, 2-2 for the bronze. Girls senior champions, and Algonquin again, Alexi Kerr, first place. Lily Wolf from West Ferris got second with 3-2, and Alma Fournier of Franco City, 4-2 for the bronze. And that's it. Right on. Yeah. So we finally got badminton covered.
You got through. You got it taken care of. I think badminton too, which maybe a long time ago would have been like a sport that just kind of was a shoulder season filling between the winter sports and the summer or spring. But I think, having places like the KTP club and all the work that Kurt over there does to coach, I think that's maybe some of the success at Odyssey too. I think it's probably really raised the bar for what to expect. And,
what's his last name again, Kurt?
It's Kurt Templeton Platt, which is the KTP.
Yeah, for sure, at the North Bay Mall. That was mentioned by Owen in my little interview with him.
Yeah.
So let's go to the interview with Owen. Didn't cover a whole lot of ground, but he gives us a taste of what he thinks about badminton and why he likes it.
How long have you been playing badminton?
2.5 years. 2 years.
How'd you do last year?
I placed third at NASA and second at NDA.
What's your favorite? You always doubles, men's doubles?
Pardon?
Is it men's doubles or singles or?
Men's doubles.
What do you like about badminton?
I just find it a fun sport. It's competitive, but not too competitive, and yeah.
What got you into badminton?
My friends were playing it, so I decided to join, and it's my favorite sport now.
Good hand-eye sport, and you get a lot of exercise out there. Who's your main competition this year?
Marc Giroux and Francis Morneau. They're probably our biggest competitors.
And what school are they with?
Odyssey. Yeah.
So next week is the NDA finals?
Yes.
And we're here at Chippewa, and this is the last week beforehand. You guys, who did you just play, and what was the score?
We played people from Chippewa, Lincoln, and I'm gonna get this wrong, but I'm pretty sure his name was Jack, and our scores were 15-3, sorry, and 15-6.
What's your partner's name?
Jackson Peak.
And he always been your partner?
Yes, we've been partners for about a year now.
What makes you guys good partners?
We've just played a lot together, so we have really good chemistry, and his strong suits are where my weaknesses are, and where my strong suits are where his weaknesses are.
So what are your strong suits and weaknesses?
I'm good at playing front court, and I'm good at playing defense.
What's it like playing at the next level in NASA?
It's a lot harder than here at NDA. There are longer games that we play, and then there's more competition once you get to NASA.
Does West Ferris have a strong badminton culture and team?
Yeah, we have a good team. We have good coaches, and we have some really strong players, and we have some good players, and we're an all-around competitive team.
Who are your coaches?
Mr. Phillips and Mr. Monroe and Mr. Culhane.
Is there anything in particular you do to prepare for a competition like the NDA Finals next week?
Just stretch, kind of. I'll stretch and I'll make sure I have a lot of protein.
Do you play any other sports?
I also play volleyball.
Tell me about some of the other team members on the Trojan team and whoever you think might have a good chance to going far in the finals.
Lily Wolf is a really good player. She plays senior ladies singles. I think she'll be able to go far at NDA, possibly win it. So we also have some good players like Trixie. She is also senior. I think she'll be able to do good. And another boys doubles team, Ryan Spencer and Caleb Wellen. They're also a good team. We have a lot more good players, but those are some honorable mentions.
So in the off season, you play at KTP, and what's that like?
It's fun. It's a really good coach, Kurt, and it's gotten me a lot better at badminton.
Now, do they have their own tournaments or anything else coming up after after high school?
Yeah, so there's a lot of tournaments before high school, and then there is provincials the day after NASA.
Well, back when I was with the Nugget, and when the real sports reporters were laid off and left, I ended up holding the bag.
Yeah.
So on Sunday nights or after the tournament, you get a knock on the door from Moe. He'd be in the back, and he'd at one time he would have to print the pictures and bring them in, and then we'd have to scan them and put them in, and then it came to a point where we had to download them from phone, right?
Yep.
Because you couldn't text at that time a large image.
Yeah.
And it was always a struggle to try to get them in there. And of course, there was always the issue because it was sponsored by Molson's trying to get that photo in there and not get it in, crop it out. There was some issues there, but through the years, he never gave up. He was determined. He dealt with every one of the changes in the sports guys.
Yep.
And he still was hopeful.
Yeah, it's like I said, and I talk about it in the interview. Like we are really excited with through Connected Sports, kind of I want to add to the tournament. Like it was really important. I had a good chat with Mo too. Like I mean, anytime or when I'm looking to get involved in stuff, it's not to suggest that we know how to do something better. Not at all. Like this tournament without him doesn't exist, and it's pretty amazing what it is and how much people have come to expect it. And
you're more about incorporating technology for efficiencies.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like that'll be a big part of it. We'd like to incorporate too, maybe with our connections to the hockey world, maybe we can attract some, a little bit of added stuff with some of our suppliers who might want to participate in it. And just, want to continue to keep it going because it really is something to see. So it's a lot of fun, and man, he works. It is something else to watch him buzz around all weekend. And we were leaving at 1:00 in the morning when we were kind of finishing up, and then back at it at 6:30 in the morning, and making sure everything's ready for the day. Arena staff and everything were great. So big shout out to everybody working the weekend there. They did an amazing job.
So we're going to let you have about 5 minutes of the interview. It'll be probably in the middle when we talk about certain weekends, just for interest's sake. But go see the full interview on our North Bay Echo YouTube channel afterwards. So with great discussion. So let's get into it with Mo.
With us today to talk about the North Bay Employee Hockey Tournament that's going to be going into its second weekend is Moe Bedard. If you've been involved with men's league hockey, tournaments, or anything involving slow pitch in the last 40 years, you've probably interacted with Mo. And he's just very well known around the area for everything you do to provide and put these tournaments together. And we're really happy to have you here. So welcome. And
thank you very much, Paul.
Happy to discuss everything that's going on with the tournament, which, we've one successful weekend has gone through, and we're about to have a second one. Maybe take us through how all of this started, how the North Bay Employee Tournament came to be, and how you got involved.
Well, I was involved with the North Bay Big Brothers organization for just over 30 years of volunteering. Mm-hmm. I started volunteering with Big Brothers when I was 19 years old, right out of college. And from there on, we decided to, at Big Brothers, I said I'd do it for 1 year, volunteer there. And after 30-some years of volunteering, I decided, it was time to go on to finally retire from that and move on. But the tournaments actually started back in probably about 7 or 8 years after I joined the organization, when we saw a need for different people who were playing sports in hockey, and some of them that decided that they said, well, maybe we should have a tournament. And as we had tournaments start. Our first tournament actually started in 1987, and we didn't have the ice at Pete Plancher Arena because none of that arena at the time was available for us to run it as a bar and as an adult tournament. So it was an adult fundraiser back then. And so when we started, we had 16 teams at Astorville Arena.
Okay.
And that was quite a year, because the first year we were looking for 16 teams, and we ended up with over 20 teams, but we took the first 16 teams. And the very first team to ever win the tournament was Right Way Sports back in the day.
Yep.
And so that's where we started.
And now we're coming up on, this is the 36th, because we lost 2 years for COVID, but the 38th year, I guess, of doing tournaments. How many teams are you up to now, and how many weekends?
We're back to 100 teams this year. After COVID, we came up to just over 50 teams, and then the following year we went up to about high 60s and almost 70 teams. And the last couple of years we've been at the 100 team mark.
And those teams are obviously, there's lots of North Bay, but we get a lot of people that come in from out of town. Where are some of the furthest stretches or places? I think
one of the furthest stretches for teams, we've had teams from Moosonee, and we've had teams that actually are made up from some of the American people who put a team together in the border regions of the southern Ontario.
Yep.
And we've had teams come from, and I'm talking back in the about 3-4 years ago, we had a team, or 3-4 years, sorry, it's before COVID, we had a team that came from Moosonee and the Old Timers, and they were playing against a team from the furthest south we can go, which would be
Windsor,
where St. Clair College is. That's where I met a few friends down there when I was playing college hockey.
Yeah.
And that's where the two teams came from. They came from opposite ends of our province.
I know that was the furthest place to be in the province, because that's where I had a girlfriend.
That's a long drive. And then maybe tell us, how did you become somebody to be doing tournaments? What was your background in that? How did
when I first, I'm a recreation graduate from Canada College, and I learned a lot from putting tournaments together and from some of the instructors at Canada College when we started. And my first couple of years while I was at college, I was helping to run tournaments for a bunch of other people with them, just as a volunteer.
Yeah.
And then as we got more involved, somebody would always say, Would you like to take this on? Would you like to take that on? So the same as the Mercantile Hockey League. I said I was involved there back right out of college hockey because I had to sit out a year back then before you could play in the Mercantile Hockey League. And a good friend of mine, Dave McLean, at the time, who was president of the Mercantile Hockey League, and I was helping him just as a volunteer my first year there. And he said, the following year, he said, maybe you can help me again. And by the time I was helping out, Dave was nowhere to be found because he said to me, he said, if you can help out by taking over, that would be great.
Yeah.
And that was how I got initiated to a lot of this stuff.
And initiated into it. Okay.
Voluntold. What's the best part about your tournament? Because I've been to a few of the finals, and I always enjoyed the family ones, the family weekend. When is that this year?
The family division this year is the last weekend, which is the weekend after Easter. Our tournament never runs during Easter weekend. So that weekend, which is the third weekend, that's made up of teams that are they were made up from family teams, co-ed teams, and old-timer teams. That was another division that we added that weekend as well. Yeah. Because, you see a lot of the, it looks like animosity on the ice, but it's really just a bunch of friends who are on opposite ends, whether it's families, co-ed teams, or old-timers. And when it's all over, when they're up having a beverage or two, they're all still the best friends. And we've actually even had brothers and sisters playing against each other, and then all of a sudden they end up being on the same team by the time the game is over.
It's time to Toyota at North Bay Toyota. From the bold and adventurous RAV4 to the fuel-efficient and stylish Corolla Cross to the powerful and rugged Tacoma, there's a Toyota for everyone. Need extra space? The Highlander, Grand Highlander, and Sienna have room for the whole family. Want to go green? Check out Toyota's complete lineup of hybrid vehicles like the Prius, Camry, Crown, and all-new Crown Signia, and more. Wherever you're headed, Toyota's legendary reliability, advanced safety features, and cutting-edge technology will get you there with confidence. It's time to Toyota at North Bay Toyota, 640 McEwen, or online at northbaytoyota.com for details.
Well, Paul, I was really disappointed to be at the Canada basketball final and not see you there.
I did not make my way over there. Sorry.
I'll tell you who's in the stands. Okay. Mothers with kids, and they were nursing them, which made up for you not being there. Yeah. I don't feel uncomfortable. I don't want to make them uncomfortable. Yeah. So I always look and I say hi, wave. But when you look over and there's something going on, you're kind of looking away, like maybe
Not sure where my eyes should be right now.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, but it's cool. Nice to see the wives of some of the players out and the kids getting to be part of it. And Mr. Anthony was there, and his son was playing, so it was kind of cool. There wasn't very many other people other than me, right? But it was great basketball.
Maybe they were all watching the hockey because there was a lot of families and stuff there at Moe's tournament.
Oh, yeah, everybody got something else to do.
It is, that is one of those things, and it's special. My kids are getting old enough now that they're not as excited, and they realize that I don't play in a professional league or something. I know for the longest time we had the Thursday night hockey league, which we called the THL. My kids would tell everybody that would listen that their dad played in the THL, and nobody knew what that was. So, but you know what? It is really fun. I've gotten the chance to play on so many different teams and over so many years, but being on those teams where, sometimes it's the hockey dads getting together and putting a team in, and all the kids getting to watch the Friday afternoons and Saturdays, because normally we play so late at night. And it really feels great, even after, maybe getting your butt kicked out there and not having the best game that the kids don't really know, and they're just running up to you and wanting to get pictures.
These guys playing didn't care if there's anybody in the stands or not. They were focused in on their game, and actually it makes it more valuable because we have what nobody else has, which because nobody else is there covering it. So it was nice to get some clips of, Joey Putterster, of course, is a massive force, and his DeMarco Lucenti team beat the Green Team Trojans by a substantial amount, but it was only 4 points difference with a few minutes going there a couple times, so they battled back. I think I got a shot of it was 92-52.
Okay.
No, 92-85.
Okay, a little closer.
7-point difference, and it was good. There was a chance there that Green was going to be able to pick it up, but Puttister, 41 points.
Yeah, he's a pretty solid basketball player.
And that's on with the first half. He wasn't nailing them.
Okay, so it kind of got hot. It's funny. I've been watching a lot of NCAA basketball as it just wrapped up this past weekend, and it really is interesting to watch how teams can go on these crazy 12-0 runs. Like it seems like they can't miss, and then all of a sudden it seems like they can't score. So sometimes you just want to. It's like musical chairs sometimes.
The Pud can score at will, and he's quite the playmaker. I got a couple clips. I'm not sure if we'll get those in there, where behind the back passes that are right on the money, setting somebody up. I'll go through some of the other scores here for the winners. John Leppin, 21 points. Mike Dupel, 14. He was getting into some foul trouble and getting a little frustrated, but he did well. And 9 from J.D. West. On the losing team, Dustin Anthony was leading with 34 points. His father was in the stands. Look at the back of the Bay magazine. I actually put in his award-winning description that we had for our Heritage Moment. Yep. It's in the magazine, I believe. Did we do one on him for a Heritage Moment?
I'm not sure if we've actually talked about that.
Okay, so you're going to have to find it in the magazine.
Yeah, look for it.
Charlie Hancock was pretty impressive. He had 13 points, but he did a lot of work. He's one of their big guys, right? Yeah. And another 12 points came from Jamie Stamler, who's pretty busy out there. Sam Levac, I think he was late, and I think he ended up getting elbowed in the nose. One of them was.
Okay.
I don't know whether it was Dustin or Sam, but he had a bloody nose and didn't look like he was playing as much, so he only had 7 points. But great basketball. Glad to cover the Can-Nip League, and thanks for those guys for helping me out and get me the schedules and keep me in the loop. Good basketball.
Yeah, it's great to have, and I think with things like the club basketball with the Spartans and Nipissing's teams, hopefully continued health for that league, and maybe as some of those kids that are coming up from the high school age will want to join that, and maybe they'll be expanding in the next couple of years.
I was kind of expecting to see a little bit, a few more people from those high school teams cheering on their coaches, or at least being there to yuck it up about them not winning or something like that, right? Yeah, I know if I was on one of their teams, I'd be there and rubbing it in.
I'd be definitely taking notes about everything I'd been told in practice I wasn't doing right or in a game, and making sure that
I'd be getting evidence. For sure. But that's why I wasn't wanted on most teams. But let's move along to our next thing, and we have the Junior Lakers interviews.
Yeah.
A learning experience for us?
Yeah. We kind of threw out the idea of, hey, do you think we could make this work? And it jumped on, and I think we've got a great shot. Like, one of the first things that really stood out to me was when they got all the girls who are all wearing their jerseys to all sit in the middle section of the bleachers. Yep. I found that to be, amazing, especially if you zoom in on the photo and just see how many young girls are sort of at the bottom of that pyramid, which is, speaks really well for the health of and where they're going and how much the game's grown. But I also, this is my, soapbox, I guess, for anybody that wants to sit and say, I don't use an arena, so I don't know why we need one. I challenge you to look at that photo, because I guarantee that those kids are either your neighbors or the children of, different professionals, or just, people that make this city run. So it's important to have those kids out there, and it's important to have a place for them to play, because that's what people, look for in a city, is to be able to have more than just their...
Maybe that's a good question for the 8-year-olds next time. Do you appreciate that your taxes are paying for...
What do you think about a new arena? Yeah. Really get some blank faces from those kids. But
so next time we'll work on some questions that and a questionnaire maybe that can bring out that youthful sort of thing. That's what we're aiming for. Something cute, something cool. Words from the wise young, right?
But I also think too, there's some great girls at the older age with some personality, and it really starts to shine when you see those. And I think
Let's get them to do it.
Get them to do it.
Yeah.
Be
Or
less
something.
I mean, I tried to get down to their level, but I am still an adult that they probably don't know who they are, so that can be a little scary and intimidating while a camera's pointing
Two
in their
old
face.
white guys looking at them from different angles, right?
Yeah.
No, so we got what we got, and it was really kind of cool. The one we're using about half them.
Yeah.
That worked out. There's some technical problems, plus it just didn't record.
The sound
like we
didn't really
wanted
come
to,
out.
Right? So if
little
someone's
nervous.
not looking good, we're not going to use it.
Yep.
And maybe next year we'll do a little bit better job of that. It's I think a nice keepsake.
I think so too. And again, we kind of made the whole system up as we went. So they were announcing them and then sort of ushering the kids to us. And then we had the kind of waiting pack at each age. And then they took a nice photo of all of the award winners together. So yeah, thank you to Kiara for, kind of lining that up and letting us work with it. And for the ones that, didn't get on, we will definitely work on it for next year. And, but this is something we want to do going forward. So I hope that all teams, which are going to start trying out soon, we can start working on some plans for how do we get your content and share it as the year goes on. So
let's do a nice intro to it. We'll do play the interviews that worked out, and then there's a subject I want to talk about afterwards about this. So introduce from the words of wisdom from junior hockey league players, junior Lakers.
So I just, that was a great way to recap the season, celebrate all the successes. I know there are just one last thing for the girls heading off to provincials this weekend. So by the time this airs, they'll be playing. So the U9A, U9C, U11A, U13B, and U15B teams. I apologize if I missed anybody, but I think those are all the ones we did hoodies and stuff for to head down. So good luck, and I hope you have lots of success. And then right back when you get here, we'll be into tryouts for next year. So yeah, thank you for having us, and congratulations on a great season, and congratulations to all the winners.
Hi, my name is Maria.
Maria, which award did you win tonight?
Most team spirited.
And which team do you play on?
U18 AA Junior Lakers.
Why do you love playing hockey?
I love the game and my teammates and the coaches, just the people that are involved.
Great. And what's your favorite memory from this past season?
Playing the game against Clarington, we tied 3-3 to go, and play on Sunday, which we didn't get the chance to do.
What's your name?
Lexi,
Lexi. Which team do you play on?
U18 AA,
And which award did you win?
most improved.
What do you love about playing hockey?
That I've made so many great friends and memories.
What's your favorite memory from this past season?
Going into double overtime against Sudbury in Game 3 of provincials.
Yeah. Hi, what's your name?
Ocean,
Ocean. And which team do you play on?
U18 AA Junior Lakers.
What award did you win today?
I won most dedicated.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you love about playing hockey?
I just love the environment and the teammates, coaches, just having something to look forward to every night.
And what's your favorite memory from this past season?
I think pushing Game 3 in provincial playdowns after a long season, yeah.
I'm Mackenzie.
Mackenzie, which team do you play on?
U18 BB.
And which award did you win tonight?
I won most dedicated.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What is it that you love about playing hockey?
I just love meeting the new incoming girls, all the first years, just making them feel welcome, making them feel like needed on the team.
And what's your favorite memory from this past season?
Definitely talking with my dad when we had hard moments during the season. I think it just helped me improve as a person.
Say your name into the...
My name is Rylan.
Okay, and which award did you get?
I got most dedicated for DS.
And what do you love about playing hockey?
I love seeing my friends and playing the sport that I love the most.
Chelsea. Okay, and which award did you win today?
Most dedicated.
Congratulations. What do you love about playing hockey?
My favorite part about playing hockey is probably the friendships I made with people.
And what's your favorite memory from this season?
Probably all of the tournaments because they're really fun.
What's your name?
Riley,
Riley, and what award did you win today?
most dedicated.
And which team are you on?
U15B,
So what do you love about playing hockey?
everything.
And what's your favorite memory from this past season?
Probably when we played our games on the bus on the way to a game.
I got a bone to pick with the awards themselves, right? And I know there's always this push and pull, right?
Yes.
Just award the very successful athletes with most goals, best defense, best offense, most valuable player,
Yep.
or as what is evolving into most spirit.
Yeah. Most dedicated and most improved.
Yeah, something like that. I like the most improved one.
And that's the one that I remember. So like it seems to have carried through, and it is. I as a coach, I've been part of those meetings with trying to determine who's worthy of those, and it is. It's you don't want to leave people out, but it is also important to recognize some of the kids that have made the greatest strides, or the kids whose parents are driving an hour to get to practice, and they're there every time, and they don't miss, and or those kids that are the glue kids in the room. So yeah, whatever you want to call it, I do agree. Like we still need to recognize that there are going to be people who excel at things, and that's why we do it. Everyone got to be a part of it. Everybody got their pizza. Everybody got called out.
But none of them even knew what award they won.
That was kind of funny because, everyone that's like looking to see what did I win. But I know. I struggle with it too. Like how, are we just prolonging a period where they're waiting to find out that it's not always going to be fair?
Yeah. Well, I just bring it up because it's just a way of not debating the Trump tariffs and the federal election coming up. So, that's the most important thing that's a problem with is, so I guess we're not doing too bad.
I've definitely enjoyed burying my head in the sand when it comes to a lot of those politics and just like, I'm just going to focus on kids' sports right now because it seems to be the one place that's been able to do a pretty good job of keeping politics out of it.
Well, I am wearing I support Ukraine.
Well, that's good to support.
So I'm going to continue that no matter what. But that's good. Let's move on to our heritage moments. Right on. And these are pretty cool. Awards are going to be at the North Bay Sports Hall of Fame induction and awards dinner May 3rd at Davidi. Mm-hmm. This week they released two things. I'll read out the recipient of the Special Olympics Award of Excellence. It's going to Jacqueline Osborne. She was recognized for her athletic excellence locally, provincially, and nationally, and possesses qualities consistent with Special Olympics mandate. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. And she exemplifies the definition of this award. She's been participating since her high school years as a Whitfield Wildcat. And she's presently a member of the North Bay Special Olympics group. She's a multi-sport athlete, participating in track and field, bocce ball, basketball, swimming, snowshoeing, floor hockey, bowling, soccer, and softball. She also plays hockey with the North Bay North Stars and volunteers on ice with the Shooting Stars beginner program. Her coaches say she's an amazing athlete to coach, and her favorite thing about Special Olympics are the memories she has of the games, the friends she has met along the way, as well as being able to travel to different places. Jacqueline is a very deserving recipient of this Special Olympics Award of Excellence.
Well, congratulations, Jacqueline. And it is to anyone that hasn't had a chance to experience Special Olympics or special needs hockey. I strongly encourage you, if you have some time, go check it out. You'll experience pure joy in watching them and just how hard they compete. I'm fortunate enough when I first started dating my wife, she was coaching a Special Olympics basketball team. Met up with her when I was living in Toronto. She was in Hamilton, and I spent the day coaching a group she'd been with. And I left there, just couldn't believe how much fun I had just being a part of it, and just getting to meet the young men and young women that were on that team. So it's a lot of fun. So that's great. And it's fantastic that the Hall of Fame's recognizing it. So
I actually bumped into my first girlfriend ever in Cape Breton. She was actually, I was down in Hidden Valley area. They were having a Special Olympics thing. I was covering Huronia and Simcoe County. So I go to this skiing event, and Special Olympians are there, and there's my lost love, my first girlfriend that I should have kept. Sometimes I think, and I thought that was a sign, and she was happily married.
Yeah. Hey,
she was a good soul. Yeah. Good soul, for sure.
No, it is great, and that line too, "If I can't win, let me be brave in trying," is really speaks to it. So that's great. Moving on to Brian Milne, a legacy of excellence in track and field coaching. So for decades, Brian Milne's been the driving force in North Bay's track and field community, making a profound impact as a coach for both NDA high school programs and the Legion track. Known for unwavering dedication and extensive knowledge of the sport, Brian has coached countless athletes to success in the throwing events, specifically javelin, discus, and shot put. His athletes have consistently performed at the highest level, competing in provincial and national championships with notable achievements. This past year, Brian's coaching acumen shone brightly as he led 4 athletes to top 10 finishes at the prestigious Offset Track and Field Championship. Among those performances, 3 athletes claimed medals, a testament to Brian's commitment to excellence and his ability to bring out the best in his athletes under pressure. In every season, Brian Milne exemplifies the very best qualities of a coach: passion, dedication, and unwavering drive for success. His profound impact on the athletes he trains, and the community serves him as a deserving candidate for the Al Brennan Memorial Trophy for coaching. So
excellent.
Congratulations to Brian.
And track and field is just about to start up with the NDA.
I'll be really busy, and hopefully we can have some. We've definitely had some success coming out of the NDA over the past few years. Last year's amazing Chippewa team and Rain setting records, I think. I'm not totally sure, but
you're entering waters I can't swim in right now.
But I know that Rain definitely had an amazing season in the past.
I'll throw you a life preserver, but
I don't know. Yeah, I got to do more research on the results before. But
how's this? Let's get somebody and some athletes and coaches in here and do an interview about track and field, because it's a great part of the sporting world here in North Bay. There's been some great athletes in track and field, and it's undercovered for sure. So let's see if we can't find somebody that's looking to go to university and and why and what sports they're going to be in. So if anybody's out there in track and field that has a potential person that we should focus in on, let's do that.
Yeah, and I know some that I do know of. Obviously, Rain Bradley, we can reach out to him. And Sam Pinnell, who works at the store, has also had success from Algonquin in discus shot put as well, and going way back.
The goalie, Pinnell?
Pinnell's, goalie for Algonquin, yeah. And then another Algonquin and former goalie, but now CFL player, Ryan Hunter. I remember in his brief high school time before he went down to the States to finish football, he was quite the shot putter as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And anyone that I'm missing, I apologize. We're going to get some track people in here to educate.
We got to get Ryan in and talk about football and at some point. So that would be a good one to add into the track and field coverage. Have him talk about how important that was
next time
to diversify your sports.
Yeah, I keep saying this, but the next time I have to get Brooklyn excuse from Algonquin, I can talk to Louise, Ryan's mom, and try to arrange nice little interviews. So
right, track and field. Let's go.
So that wraps everything up for number 30 of the Echo Sportscast. I feel like we're actually starting to get pretty comfortable in this. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it has been. I'm very proud to be able to do 30 with you.
Yep.
That's a big milestone. And,
it is.
And we've been very consistent and keep trying. And appreciate the help any of the teachers and coaches have been giving us. And that's what we need to go forward, because look at what you have to work with.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching the Echo Sportscast number 30.
And we'll see you next week for number 31. I'm Paul McLean.
And I'm Dave Dale. Please like, share, comment. We need ya.